I've had two conversations in the last 2 days with two different people, and I finally dawned on me the Lord was trying to tell me something. The first one, a lady was talking to her husband, going to their parked car, and a man heard the conversation, was offended by it, and started just yelling and being obnoxious and cursing, etc., etc. And she just was appalled, didn't quite know what to do. And the second one was with a property manager who was telling me he had never in all his days seen anything like the last few months. People coming to visit where he works here in Hawaii, and people are just complaining and offended by everything. And interestingly enough, the Lord just spurted out of my mouth and said, well, it's the spirit that's going on in the land right now. People are divisive, people are offended, and if we're not careful, we can pick up that spirit and not even realize it. So we were talking about this a couple of days ago in one of the YouTubes about feelings and how easy it is to pick up the feelings in the land or from other people, etc. So I think that's really important. It's always good every night before you go to bed, especially if you've been watching any sort of media, to ask the Lord to cleanse you from any sort of empathetic defilement, because you can get easily defiled. But the second half of that equation, and I couldn't tell that to these people because they're not saved, was that we have authority over this spirit. And we can go, even if it's in our head, I take authority over you. I bind you. I cast you out. You divisive spirit, offended spirit. And you can certainly forbid it from working through someone else to come against you. But I think as believers, we have to understand we have authority. We can stop this rioting. We can stop this being offended if we will take an offensive and take our position in prayer and just say, no more, Satan. You're not going to use these tactics against our land any longer. So I would encourage you to not only be defensive and not let yourself be offended and take on the spirit that's in the land, but I would encourage you to be offensive and take your authority over that spirit and cast it out wherever you are, wherever you're going, but especially if you've got a real call to intercession, bind it over our country. In Jesus' name.